Yo, welcome in. Who's first? Let me know. I know it's early morning. It's a little bit different than normal. Mewtwo the legend in nice and early. Welcome in. First legend Giga Chat in. Dr. Dank. Real Seal. Man, this new playlist. I hope everybody in the whole world likes it. What's going on? Scribblings. Yo. So I switched my setup around a little bit, and I think it's working better. So I probably should have tried more new stuff before, but I was just wanted to go slay demons, and not worry about it. But I decided to switch it up, and it is definitely better. 100p. Where are we at? Oh, I'll tell you why I just smacked my head and gasped here. Not that it's that crazy, but I just missed TZ Andy, which is not the biggest deal. We do have TZ Mephisto later. Barracks Jail. Worldstone Keep. I don't have a Sunday, so I can't really do that yet, but Stony Tombs right there too. Right there in the middle. Stony Tombs right in the middle there. So Durance of Hate, Nasty, Stony Tombs. Barracks Jail. Eh. Easy. You know what? I might go do these actually because the areas are not large. And you know what I need to look up? Are these all the same Herald spawning zones? One of those things that, because Herald spawning zone was never a thing, it's hard to find all the information on that. Yeah, it just brings up Hell Terror Zones, like it thinks I spelled it wrong, and it's just a bunch of my videos talking about. So I am looking something up just super quick. Do forgive me, and it's not. Oh, this is the old. No, it's 13 days ago. Let's see if I can find the. Because he lists some of them in the, like Pavik does in his post where he deep dives into the code and whatnot and reads everything, but not a ton here. Just goes over these ones, which I use all the time. The Bloodmore is tiny. So you can spam farm the Bloodmore over and over again. But, oh, this isn't the full, that's not the full. Maybe it'll say here. Let's see, Bloodmore. Oh, it's right here, Herald Spawning Zones. This list is actually clutch. I wish, Maxroll or somebody, listen up. Somebody would take this and put this as his info. Because even though I know that the number of monsters in it actually affects lower chance of getting a Herald, like right here, the Den of Evil is actually only 0.61 Heralds per run technically, but because the more monsters you kill that are closer to the 4% up here, like the more monsters in here, the more likely it is to spawn the Herald. Still though. So barracks and jail coming up here. See, every single jail level, that's one Herald spawning zone. So it could take like forever. Palace Tombs though, each one is its own individual, and you're almost guaranteed a Herald every single one. Which is interesting. Sorry, I was getting way behind on the comments and stuff here. I was just deep diving myself into reading some of this stuff here. Real early. Yeah, good morning. Yeah, I slept good, woke up. How do I like Blood Boil? It's okay. Yeah, all the Warlock stuff I'm I'm kind of about, but it's okay. In Traffic. Passenger Princess. Nice. Scott, nice. Yep, good morning everybody. Faker, what's going on? Yep, good morning. Scott Bun. Shards dropping like crazy. They are dropping way more, which I wonder if that's a bug or a feature. Maybe they don't want you to just use one of each act and terrorize the whole game and then run for 70 hours. Maybe now they want or think maybe people could use them as, you know what? I like doing the pits and I like doing TZ Andy and I like doing, you know, the cave and all the underground areas. So I'm going to terrorize Act 1 and just do those, and then terrorize Act 1 again. Also, it wouldn't be bad too, because at some point you're going to get so high, you're going to be like, all right, I guess I have 99 Act 1 shards and I can't pick any more up. I guess I'm blasting TZ Andy for, I don't know, 99 runs, however long that takes. Oh yeah, also too, imagine the difference in size to clear every monster from the Bloody Foothills. Bloody Foothills is one Herald spawning zone, the Frigid Highlands, and then this one portal area. So yes, it is double the amount, but I'm just having to cover all that area and trying to snipe all the monsters in there. I would just have to imagine that spam farming a portal right next to the waypoint, if you could get up near a waypoint, would be so much more efficient. Hypothetically, I'm saying if you weren't terrorizing to constantly do heralds all the way up to tier 5 and keep going, if you're just blasting to get something from a tier 1, which now the drops aren't that great, oops, but if they ever do change that, and also, you know, you can get Thunder Charms from these. Just kind of some thoughts I've been having. But anyways, let's get blasting here. A lot of chit-chatting from me, huh? So I upped my FCR to essentially the max. I'm over the 125 actually, and it should have been logical at the time, but since you can get the FCR, it comes on stuff with plus skills, even the minus res to, you know, help out Blood Boil. Since I do not have a Sunder Charm, it really doesn't help as much as being able to Blood Boil at lightning speed. I mean, logically, I guess now, but I don't know. I just wasn't in the mood to think about it, you know. But thought about it the other day, tried it, and I was like, oh yeah. Yeah, Killy says that's what he does. Since you can get so many, he just uses the shard and then only runs the areas that he likes doing. A lot of immune to fires down here, but you can hit him with so much physical that from all the corpse explosions, and then I don't know if this was I figured I didn't need to survivability, so I actually have a Might Mercenary to help out against fire immunes. See, this is players 3 too, right? Yeah. Yeah, this whole joint is just packed with fire immunes, ain't it? Woo! Extra fast. I didn't want to do that cursed map. The last one was cursed. If I see cursed as the thing, I'm just like, oh, never mind. Yeah, these guys are all immune to fire. Oop. I'm gonna literally do this pack and then dip out of here because I don't want to do this. There's too many fire immunes. Perfect background music though. Ooh, better believe it. Good Diablo 2 stuff. ZephonX, welcome in. Yep, decided to switch it up. Daughter's last day of school. It's a half day, stream day, so it's pretty devastating for streaming because it's dead nuts right in the middle of when I'd be streaming when she gets out of school. So it's like, let me double check here too. What was the barracks jail and then the crypt mausoleum? Maybe I should just do some. I hate coming across without a Sunder Charm. Farming the terror zones is still gross, but I've been hitting Andy a bunch of times, to be honest, and I have a lot of Magic Vine. No Sunder Charm off of there yet. I need to get a Fire Sunday for this guy, but eventually in no time I'll have him, I guess. But yeah, look at that teleport speed. Like, of course, just being able to carry the change the what do you call it, the distance, even just that should have been like, I don't know why I didn't think that before. Kind of feel like an idiot, to be honest. I know that clear speed, movement speed is huge and clutch for it. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. Colossal Ancients, I have not, no. So I just did online for a little bit, and I just had like a budget geared Warlock, and now I just played a little bit offline, and I'm also, it's good gear. I have some of the best gear and then some of the worst gear. So I'm not really geared to do that yet. I'm not a fan of that type of content either, so I don't like where you go do things and you are compensated for it with what you're working for. You know, it's a lot like a job. Like here, you know, I like that you go do Andy and it's like gambling. I don't like, you know, farm the act bosses to get the thing that you want. So, you know, then you're compensated with the statues, and then you take the statues and put them together. So you compensated with the jewel, you know. That's what work is, you know. You go to work, you do your job, you get paid for it, you know. So I'm not a big fan of that style of content. But everybody else loves it apparently. They like going to work. I like pulling the lever on the slot machine. Putting it all on black, you know what I mean? Well, I'm just gonna do a couple of these. Just to see if I can get lucky. Maybe just every day I'll do a few of these just to see if I can get the Thunder Charm off of Andy when off the normal drop here. The one thing I wonder too is how long. I always wonder what I should do. Whether I should do some stuff like that I think they're going to change, or whether I should not do stuff that I think they're going to change because they're going to change it. And then because if they change it and I get like all these Thunder Charms and they make them much more rare or something, I'd be like, well, now I kind of feel like I cheaped out, like I spammed up a glitch to get the things, you know, before they could change it or something, you know. Or am I going to be like, dang, I really wish I'm really glad I got those because it's really annoying now, you know. So one of those situations. I don't need that anyways, I guess. Early stream trash, yeah. 8 o'clock in the morning, right? 8 o'clock. Where I am, anyways. Sewers in general, honestly, the Electric Lane sewers, I know it's a little behind me, but for Terrorized isn't a bad place to go to, but I need to get a Sunday to do that. If I was online, maybe. With my Thunder Charm I found. Find a good rare book. Cool goal. Get some of them sick rare books and stuff like that. They can be tough though. If I'm going to assume, and I bet they are. Just like every rare item, it can be rare to find. Ooh, super high on the cold and fire. But just those two like that with nothing else, nah. But dang. Oh well. Yeah, well. You got the old Thunder Stomp? Gotcha. Yeah, I do as well, of course. But I don't want to transform over and use them either. Seems a bit sketch too. I could go Spirit over here or do something else, but I don't feel like it. I wanted to use the book for whatchamacallit. All right, let me do something else here. Maybe we'll just, you know what? I'm gonna use a shard somewhere. I have so many Act 1s. I mean, I might as well just use one, huh? And just hit. We'll just go straight up the gullet here, straight from the town. Imbued 6 books, all bad. Well, that's usually how it goes, right? These guys are immune to fire, but they're not too tough. I do have a lot of magic find too. After I swapped my build, I got even more. Almost 4 hundo on this build here too. Which is not necessarily great, because the reason I have so much is because I don't have any skillers, so... Maybe we'll... Since we're doing the whole act, I might not finish the whole act, but because we got the whole act rocking, maybe I'll get up to some higher tiers, and maybe we'll, you know... We'll see what happens. This is probably the last day I'm going to play Blood Boil, and I'll switch to something else. And the only Thunder Charm I found is a cold one, so I may swap to some cold build to be using a Sunday. I think I have a cold Opal Vein as well, right? That's the one that you can get different resistances on. I think I found one of them and it was Opal Vein. I might have found a lightning and a cold one actually. Can't remember though. After 300 diminishing, well, it's the diminishing return on Magic Find is always. But yeah, in your opinion, over 300, it's not really worth going. Blah blah blah. The thing is I don't have any other things to put down here, so I could take off all these charms, MF charms, but I have one demon skiller, like You know, I don't have a lot of other options. I could go with some like 15 to max stamina charms or something. But yeah, that's kind of how it got up so high. And then you just like Enigma, Shaco, and boom, you have a ton of Magic Find already with those two. But yeah, I get what you're saying. What you meant? Harold, my boy Harold. Is that gonna be Quill Rats? Gross. Oh wait, they're not immune to fire at all, so I can just absolutely wreck them. I was thinking I was always getting Carvers out here. Doom. Yeah, 300 is a solid general rule, I suppose. Guess I should have led with that one there. I should have led with that statement. 300 is a solid general rule, like guideline. Of course, if you're like Pendle Zerking or something, you know, you stack more. Or Pit Zerker. Sometimes on a Blizzard Sorceress, you just accidentally end up with more than that. Like, where do I have extra Magic Find on this build? I do have War Traps. It's literally Enigma and Shaco. And I have War Traps. And then I don't have any other charms to use, so that's why it's almost 400. It's like not through a lot of effort of my own, you know. So yeah. It's an accident. Technically, it does help though. The extra, from, wait, you're kidding me. I almost saved and exited right there. I gotta, it's so ingrained in my head to like spam farm runs faster that hard to even stop doing. Yeah, what is it? Probably from 300 to 400 really probably only helps you like an extra actual, like effective Magic Find that it helps you is actually probably only like 10%. But yeah. EJ, welcome in. Oh, getting way behind here. Sorry, do forgive me. I was jibber-jabbering for a while. Swapped Abyss Lock since the number of fire immunes is annoying without a Sunder. Yeah, Mega Smiley. That is true. That is true. The Abyss magic damage is clutch like that for sure. Especially... Wait, why don't I have any... Am I hitting the wrong button? Oh. Sorry. I was losing my mind there for a second. Yeah, especially on a playthrough. If you're on a playthrough, going fire first and then swapping to the Abyss one is clutch. And even afterwards, maybe you tried it and then the fire, you're like, eh. Too many fire immunes. I get it for sure, yeah. Checks out. Yeah, just being able, having the extra FCR to spam blast Blood Boil is definitely the way to go. Rather than trying to get more Blood Boil damage. Oh yeah. Or minus res to help the Blood Boil out. Gotta make sure you don't spam the button too fast and just nuke your guys up here. Ooh, Mosaic base? Could it be? Fine. Okay. Stop resurrecting these guys. I think once they're dead one time, you don't have to worry about clearing their re-resurrected peoples, but... Currently playing Strafazon, legendary. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Man. Call to arms lasts like 11 seconds. It's rough. Hope the devs remove Mosaic. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't think, since they didn't do that yet, I don't think they're going to, but I mean, I have no insider knowledge, of course, so. A little help with fire immunes using the death sigil. It works once you have enough plus skills, but if you just have like 1 point into it with no plus skills, it's the radius is so garbo that it's like, really? I just cleared this whole Gigantor zone and I got no Herald to hold. Come on. Unreal. I mean, I might just double check one more time. Like, I thought this was all one. This is one zone. What's going on here? There we go. Ooh. No, Sunday. Leave Mosaic on single player. We don't want it. Race DJ shout out. I don't know if I shouted you guys out. Welcome in, welcome in. Oopsie. Let's go this way. I can decide which way I want it to go. Mosaic reminds me of players who never good and needed an advantage. Auto aimbots on COD and stuff like that. Yeah, Mosaic is pretty wild. Do I ever think they will nerf Spirit? It would be, in my opinion, it would be wild for them to nerf something that has been around for 15 years in the game. And the game has been so good in that time period, and people have liked it so much that they remade the game, and then even after the game's been out for 25 years, they made an expansion. I think it would be wild for them to nerf something with all those factors in play. You know what I mean? I think that would be crazy. In my opinion. Still got the LOD battle chest? Nice. Yeah, that's one of those, that's one of my life regrets, we'll call it. I was working in the factory and I just thought, you know, I'm gonna be working in the factory stuff. What do I need this battle chest for? And I threw it away. What's going on here? Ooh. And yeah. And that was literally like a year before I started my YouTube channel or whatever. I don't know what I was thinking. No, I didn't. I did not hear about that actually. So, Babbitt heading back to the NHL. I did not hear about that. No. Definitely a hometown teams fan. So the Wings. I got a Wings shirt on, of course. I am much more of a football fan than I am a Wings fan, to be honest. But do like the Wings, of course. Boom. Oh, since I have it pulled up, I was thinking this the other day. This lower level, if it is a Herald spawning zone all by itself, I would assume it's not. I think I looked it up. I think we looked it up before, maybe, but I can't remember. Ooh, I almost saved and exited again. Gosh, it's such a ingrained thing in my brain to like spam farm areas that I literally almost saved and exited again after I terrorized the whole joint. So I'm looking at this list of, these are the Herald spawning, the terror zones and the Herald spawning zones. So that is the Cold Plains and Cave. They are separate zones. Oh, cave levels. So they are all one by together. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I just want to double check that real quick. I'm like, there's no way the second level is its own zone and the first level is, you know, its own zone, right? There's no way that could be true. Esoterics that thought they could change the rune cost, talking about Spirit up a minute ago. Maybe. I think the limiting factor on Spirit, honestly, is the shield strength requirement. You have to find a Monarch, right? That's the thing they use as a limiting factor. Of course, then that makes Paladins crazy, you know? Loler Gator, welcome in up there a minute ago, by the way. This is awesome. I've been working, getting up early this week. Ooh. Well, welcome in. Glad I can be streaming when you want to be listening / watching. Did I get a good rollout here? There's like no fire immunes in the stony field. I forget, there's usually a monster type out here that could be immune to fire. Sometimes, like, looks like there isn't one out here at the moment though. There they are. Woo! Holy moly. Spam, 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 spam. Thinking immune to fires. No sunder. Forget which one we're on. I think there's not a terrible chance we'll get a second one. Game ages like fine wine. Better believe it. You know anything about Boazon? Not a little bit. I mean, just because it's been around forever, but I'm not an avid bower. Not one of my favorite builds personally. JD Jax, welcome in. Should I go with Bulwark Might or Cure Prayer for with Insight for your foe? Bulwark Might. Boy, that's really like a dealer's choice situation there. I guess if I was you, I would probably go the Cure. insight route, but I don't think there's a huge difference either way. Gotta show the home team some love. Better believe it, right? Yeah, for sure. I think we pretty much got her cleared. Tristram. Come on, you can do it. Not immune to fire, which is good for me. We'll play it. We'll pull back, play it a little slow. No big deal. Go. Why are they? Missed them. Not taking as much damage from this. A little on the slower side than I would like. Oh well. Spam, 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 spam. They ruined their WW. I don't know the context on that. I don't understand the WW. I probably should, I know, but I don't understand that one. Marvin, hello from Colorado. Squirrel Gold, welcome in. Muzzle went with? That's what I went with, and Treachery. Gotcha. Yeah, that's probably what I'd pick too. Cure is pretty clutch. JD, yo! Appreciate you. 5 months.
5 months already.
Of Slayership. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, Marvin, so, I didn't see right below that. I guess I should have kept reading. They ruined Whirlwind, you're saying. Are you saying they ruined it since like it was better in like 2001 than it is now, or like when are you saying they ruined it? I guess would be my question. My follow-up question on that one, I guess. Got a job last night, Sir. Serene Nature. First one in 20 years. Wow! Congratulations. Jaws are huge. We did Dark Woods, underground passages here, right? Oh wait, no, we did not do Dark Woods. We'll do Dark Woods, and then maybe we'll go Underground Passage. Boy, Battle Orders is like not even worth using when you have such a bad one like I do. Lasts 140 seconds. 120 seconds, so literally 2 minutes. So like half of a zone. I could re-roll it, but I got one at the early one now. I feel like I should be able to find one here. Famous last words, but... Want the darn werewolf helmet. Wolf howl, huh? For the barbarian. Or wolf helm, you mean? Now it slipped my mind the one that I'm thinking of. Never mind. Disregard. I guess a minute ago you said Wolf Horker you went with, so you must be Wolf Owl. Jalalals. But yeah, Wolf Horker, definitely Wolf Owl. Of course, of course. Dot off of a Fallen, that's the classic place to get one for sure. Classic. Random Carver. Boy, this area is like annoying for clearing. All the, like a billion little walls for them to hide in. How hard are the buffed Uber Ancients? From what I've seen, you gotta be set up right for that. So I guess hard would be the short answer to that. I have not done it yet, though, so. Barb's been bad since 09. Dang, that's crazy. Yeah. Barb is quite literally the best unique hunter in the entire game, so that stinks that it's so bad. Right? Oh! Ah, Merc got merked. I'm running out of mana. Oh boy. Also need to switch these to... There's too many fire immunes. I don't do enough busy. This is one that's almost like a skip worthy. Almost a skip worthy one, I'll tell you that much. But now, we gotta go for it. Now it's a matter of principle. This is harder than Uber Ancients. Yeah, probably should have just skipped them, but you know what? Forget it. I am just gonna skip them now. They're still only halfway down, taking way too long. They must be like fire enchanted, stone skin, magic immune, fire enchanted. Bums. Never caught Phil this early. I know, right? Well, usually I got to take my kid to school, you know, so. But my wife's not working today. So she's taking her to school. It's a half day, so I wanted to get the stream in before I go pick her up around noon. So, yeah. Barbin Pitts has how some guys finish their grail. You better believe it. Pit Zerker, yeah, I mean, the thing is when every unique that, you know, the TC 87s drop off the uniques in the 85 areas or whatever, and you get double drops for every one, like, you kind of need to kill slower if you're getting double drops from the best monsters in the game, you know? Like, that's kind of the way I view it anyways. We'll go this way first, I guess. Wrong button. For you. Crazy hot in here today. Yeah, I don't know. I forget exactly where you live, Bob, but it's the humidity in Michigan here is nasty, and it's supposed to be in the 90s. Rough. Try to fix some builds for all classes, says Phenomenal. Yeah, it's a pretty common one people say. Who knows what they're gonna do though? I don't know how. I mean, they did create a whole nother character. I was gonna say I don't know how ambitious they're feeling with doing these changes, but they did literally create a whole new character. So I guess that's pretty ambitious, huh? I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. It just worries me what that would entail, right? Like what that will end up being. Because they aren't going to rebalance any skills and make them weaker, right? You want skills to be stronger. So if they make everything stronger, like a bunch of mosaics and season 1 warlocks and stuff, like is that what we want? You know, like, I don't know. Not saying that's going to happen, I just worry, you know. Boy, these tier 5s with Cursed is yeah. My God. Cursed, concentration, immune to fire. Looking for some they disappeared already? I was looking for some bodies to. How about you? Doesn't help my little minion, guys. Unbelievable. Boy, I need to try to make sure. Oh no! Who says you don't get good uniques off of the heralds? Am I right? Am I right? Well, hey, at least I got one, huh? I think I literally got the exact same whip spike off of a herald the other day, to be perfectly honest. Biv, welcome in, by the way. Sorry, I'm getting so behind on the chats. Do forgive me. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Best warlock build for playthrough. I would say it's definitely where you start off fire, ring of fire straight down that side, and then go. Then when you're like kind of like every build in D2R, you swap into something else at Act 4 of Nightmare difficulty, and swap into the Abyss and Miasma chains. You can actually, that's what works kind of the best. You can go straight into the magic stuff right off the bat, actually, because Miasma Bolt is actually works a little bit. And you get that right from the get-go, and then the chains work too. They are clunky, of course, but they do work. So you can do that. Nice breeze in VA today. Good, good, good. I haven't gone outside. There was a fly by the window. I opened the window to let the fly out. I was like, the humidity coming in, just smacking me right in the face. I was like, oh my god. And yeah, that was at like 7:15 this morning. Like, good god. Good god. Here in Michigan. Crime welcome in. Yo. Yeah. Oh, Bobby, you're in Toronto. Toronto, same. Yeah, you're pretty much at the same parallel, just a few dozen miles over, something like that. I don't know exactly, but yeah, pretty much same weather. That checks out. I thought there was a second. Oh, did I go the wrong? Oh, that's fine. Boy, another Carver pack. If I was a Blizzard Sorceress, I'd be all about the Carver pack, but having no Sunder Charm with a mostly fire build. At least they're real slow at the moment. Oh, Merc got wrecked. Great. Oh. All right, little reset here. Relocate. Ooh. Okay, well. Boy, the most annoying part is how they always are running away, huh? Man. Stone skin. Oh, of course. Fire immune, fire enchanted stone skin. God. We're going to give you every aura in the game. Yeah, this is where it gets annoying, where one of the best ways to farm Sunder Charms is by farming Heralds, but you can't take out the Heralds unless you have Sunder Charms. So it's like, oh, cool. So you trapped an item that you need to have to do a one particular thing behind having to do the thing first to get the item that you need to be able to do the thing. Okay, cool. Obviously not absolutely required. I know, I get it. You don't have to have a Sunder Charm, and now you can find them from other areas. But I know. We'll go get our Merc back now that we... Maybe he can stay alive for a sec. We'll trap him with the stairs, huh? That better give me a Sundew. Sunder Charm. Well, not a Sunder Charm, but another unique, which is interesting. Hellslayer. That's 2 uniques, 2 Heralds in a row. Did they buff the Heralds? Let me know in the comments. Just kidding. Yeah, in Michigan, by the way, yeah. This is players 3. This is just P3, yeah. But the tier 5 Heralds, their life, and then they give you, every single one will be immune to fire for me, and fire enchanted and stone skin, because it's almost like it reads what type of damage type you do, and then it gives it fire enchant and physical, because that's the 2 I do. Like, I feel like it almost does it on purpose. Like, I feel like if you were a lightning build, it would just automatically be, boom, lightning enchant every time. I don't know. Probably just lying, but... And of course, they're all immune to fire because they're just inherently are because they're carvers, which is... Thank you. If I was a Novasaur to be great. Red Seal is a Nova or a Toronto boy as well. Okay, alright. Another Canadian. Don't you know, eh? Trailaholic. Rocking the Cleave build. Okay. I haven't played Cleave much at all. I played it for like 0.5 seconds one day. So, can't give you too much of an opinion on it, I suppose, but interesting. I watched it a few other times too. Echoing Strike, I played before first season, and I played it a little this season, both the physical and the magic version. Testing or messed around with that one more than Cleave for sure. So I don't really know too much about the Cleave one, to be honest. Good luck on the finds today, Killy. Appreciate you. Time to head to work. Skip that. You don't need to go to work. Works for chumps. Wait, did I do black? No, I guess I did not, since it's all unexposed. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong button. Yeah, Act 1 easy monsters, but if you're a fire build, lots of carvers. Oh. Distracted there for a second. Good enough for me. I don't want to clear that anymore. Too lazy. Dew point even in Arizona is 40 right now. It's usually like 15. Crazy. I bet you in Michigan here, the dew point is honestly, it's probably like 300 right now. Don't you dare even tell me that's not even a thing. That makes no sense. Don't even think about it. No. Can I get any pack? Can it ever spawn one when it's not a carver pack? Like, seriously. Can I get a pack that's not immune to fire, please? It'd be great. They all run away like bums all the time. Whoa. Alright, so I've seen all of the monsters, but not the Herald. There it is. One of these ones over here, right? Okay, well, let's go like this. We'll take out another pack to get our life back. Okay. They'll run off in every other direction except for... Ridiculous. You know, often don't see... Well. Oh. You distract me with your funny comment. Oh, that's why there's so many of them. I didn't notice it was a... Oh my god. Forget that. So he just keeps resummoning them everywhere. Good. Yeah, I guess Act 1 was a bad choice, huh? I wasn't thinking that every single time the tier 5s would be immune to fire. And then they would always perpetually be stone skin immune to fire. Tragic. Act 1 was a poor choice. Wings fan, a little bit of a Wings fan, yeah. It might be deceiving. I'm probably less. I guess I'm less of a Wings fan than my shirt would lead you to believe. I'm a Wings fan, but I don't follow a lot of the news too much and stuff. So I did see what I did see is that Larkin asked for a trade or something. I don't know the whole news on it, to be perfectly honest, but yeah. Bit sketch. No, double X. Haven't found a Thunder Charm since the first one that I found on like the second day since the patch came out on single player here. Have not had one drop at all. Oh, Phonomania? So yeah, the Geeds dropping as rarely as it does now, I am not a fan of, by the way. Hopefully they change that. One of the things I talked about in when did I talk about that? Oh, in the one where I did with all the polls where I polled the community. So Galvac hopping in, welcome in. What was I doing? Oh yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll just skip this area because I don't want to do it. Which is a great reason to skip it. Oh wait, where's the tower? Or maybe I should just go around not taking out carvers, only taking out the other things real quick. There's still carvers in the tower, so, but... I'd much rather have archers, right? Tier 5 archer heralds. That's what we need. Careful what you wish for. I don't want carver heralds, they're all immune to fire. Tier 5 archers, bam! Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh. Nightbot, good call on that one. I don't shout it out nearly enough. Hit that like button for me. What's going on? Hurt Locker, by the way. See you up there. Just kind of scrolled up for a second to catch the comments. Getting a little behind. Ooh. I forget you. We'll go. You're immune to fire too, bro. Countess, give me something maybe. No. Archer's kind of scary. Yeah, that was definitely the joke I was making. Like, is that really what I want to see right now? Cursed, fanaticized, fire immune, stone skin, extra fast, might, concentration, or archers. Like, come on. Multi-shot, spectral hit, all of that somehow is all on them somehow. Any torches? I have not done the torches yet. I said I was going to and I haven't done it yet. Yeah, so maybe after, because this is going to be the final day that I do this blood boil build. Of course I can always just change my mind, but as of right now, this is the final day I'm going to do this blood boil build. And then, so maybe I'll do torches before I go to farm another area, maybe. I'm not sure exactly what I want to do, because I do want to. I want to get some Thunder Charms and maybe experiment. Like, is it really as easy as they say it is to get a Thunder Charm from Andariel now or something? And let's find out. You know, like video premise type of idea. As a content creator, I kind of always got to stop and think, like, how's my content gonna play off of the streaming that I'm doing? You know what I mean? Guess I don't have to, but you know, that'd be the fiscally responsible thing to think about. The bow lock, exploding arrow, whatnot. I have not really. No. Have not. Yeah, I would say probably 5 to 10 times a day I get a comment on one of my videos. Phil, what do you think about the bow lock? How come you're not playing the bow lock? Bow lock's the best one. How come you're not playing it? Like, so there must have been somebody or several people just recently make videos on it, I'm guessing, is why everybody's asking me about it. Or it could just be coincidence, I suppose. But probably at minimum 5 comments, if not 10 or 20 per day, asking me about the bow warlock. Immune to fire. Ooh. Yeah, let's go over here. I knew he was gonna get wrecked. You know, are they immune to fire? So it must be pretty good, I'm guessing. I've seen it work pretty good, but I have not rocked her. Phonomania got the double Sunder from one Herald. Yeah, I've heard some stories of that, which is crazy. I would love that, by the way. Scott got your NCAA work fan. Oh yeah, I forgot you had that interesting job. Very interesting. Setting up events and stuff. Cool. The PR staff for Bowlock out there. I know, right? Someone's putting up YouTube ads for Bowlock and stuff like that. They had a whole ad campaign. They got a super PAC. They're out there bribing Congress. International Bowlock Society. They're up there with the PD2 people. I'm only kidding, by the way. I'm joking around. I know anytime that somebody will make a build or make a video like Bowlock is busted. This isn't the example, but what they'll do is they'll be like brand new, never before seen Blood Boil build is busted. And that'll be the Blood Boil build, but they'll be using like just something that somebody else doesn't use usually. And then I'll get like 400 comments. You know, they'll clickbait it like huge, and I'll get all the comments like, Phil, what do you think about the new blah 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 build that's broken? And I'm like, I don't think, okay. It has like 5 extra minus res, and you're missing. It has 0% magic find on it. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's whatever. You know, if that's what people want to do, but. I'll just be getting blown up about it, you know. It's all right, though. It is what it is. Not the PD2 people. I know, right? Phil, how come you're not playing PD2? It's far superior to this. Didn't you hear about all the new great features it has? Oh my God. There's something. There's something. Skadoo!
Skadudes donated $2 through Super Chat. Top of the morning, Phil, may RNG be with you.
Top of the morning, don't you know? Top of the morning to you, sir. Appreciate you for the $2 super. Thank you so much. Yeah. Really, if we were min-maxing our teasiness, this isn't exactly the best one to run to pull these. So the jail levels, they're all one gigantic Herald spawning zone. So, yeah. Mustache money, brand new, never before seen in a 25-year-old game. I know, right? Which nowadays they are changing some stuff, so things can be, of course. Like, not everyone's just discovered everything for the Warlock. I'm sure there'll be something that pops up. They're gonna change something like later. There might be something that I like more. Like, I would say the closest thing to that I would have done recently would be like, it was probably a year or two ago now, but how you can for TZ Cow King, because you can actually item find the Cow King. The Cow King drops 6 items like Andariel. You can use item find on the Cow King, and you can spawn a map where you can go through the waypoint, directly hop to Tristram, go get the leg, spawn the Cow Portal if you get a perfect map, and the Cow King is right next to the portal. So you can spam farm the Cow King with 30-second runs and get 12 items in 30 seconds off of an elite like act boss level monster, which is crazy. But I never got a chance. Maybe I should get around to that. I never got a chance to. I was gonna set the game up to, and of course you can't spam farm it. You have to wait for the Cow King to be terrorized, but I hypothesized that it could even have been better than TZ Andy was before, but I don't know the unique item drop coefficient or whatever it's called for the Cow King relative to what Andy and Mephs are, you know. So, which lock build is your favorite to play so far? I don't know if I really have a favorite, to be honest. I mean, all the Warlock builds are just like every other build in the game, just with a different name. And they're like pink and purple on the build now. Like right here, like what am I really doing? This is Corpse Explosion Necro, you know? Right here. You teleport a monster, you corpse explode, you know? You teleport, you know, monster goes down, corpse explode, you know? So it's like, what are we really doing different here? Like the Firelock, it's like, you're pretty much just a fire sorceress, you know? Like Echoing Strike, all that is like, they shoot out, they fan out in a triangle that you can control the width of. That's a multi-shot boa, you know? All the Warlock is a copy-paste of the other character's skills onto a different character, essentially. There are a few exceptions, of course, which are going to come up, I'm assuming, in chat, but yeah. So, they're all kind of fine, but they're not like, they don't feel too unique or anything like that to me, personally. TZ96 Cow King, I believe, is the highest drop chance for Tyraels, 1 in 72,000 or something. Is it now? Mustache money. So yeah, maybe I did find, I need to test it out before someone else makes the video. Maybe that's what I'll do, like sometime before next season. I'll try to make myself do it. Kind of like how Llama set it up so he could run TZ Andy all the time. So it'd be permanently terrorized. I think he showed a video of how to do it, and maybe I could. He's knows way more about that, so maybe I could ask him to set it up to run Cow King nonstop and see what it ends up being. Because I made a video and it was like, you know, in the video I'm like, this is mostly theoretical. I have not done it yet, but it would make sense, you know. Like did a little math and whatnot, but. Can Blood Boil kill the bound demon? I would have to Google Korun, okay. I'd have to look that up real quick. So I don't know that you can actually literally kill your monster blood boiling, but you can absolutely, I know for sure, lower his health so much that he'll just get one-tapped instantly. I don't know if it'll literally suck his life to literally 0%, because isn't it a percentage of his life you lose per blood boil? What does it say? Yeah, demon life consumed 5%, so it's not a flat amount. So I would think that you could not actually literally kill it, but you could drop it down to almost nothing, where it would essentially instantly die. Yeah. Offline that dumb clock trick might be better versus waiting. Test case. Yeah, so there's a way that you can go in and alter your install to just have it so that the clock doesn't matter, and it will literally just be TZ cows 100% of the time. I fully explaining to you right now, I will not be doing that because I'd have to watch. Llama did a video on it, so I'd have to defer to his video or whatever on how to do it. So, but yeah, like he did it just to test out how fast you could complete a Holy Grail if you only ran TZ Andy nonstop. And it took him what, like, I forget how long it took him now. Someone here probably remembers. Pretty quick though, right? Probably the reason TZ Andy got dropped down. part of the reason, I should say. But obviously TZ Andy's still really good, so it's not like it got dropped like crazy. I did find Tyrael's Might off of TZ Mephisto, which I believe is what? Necro skills and Warlock. Let's go. Cool. So I mean, if Andy got dropped down to TZ Meph levels, I mean, TZ Andy's still awesome. So, and just the fact that everybody would be like, set your alarm clock. Oh, we got a 4 o'clock in the morning. TZ Andy boys, we got to set our alarm clocks. Like just that fact was probably sign like maybe this was too overdone here. Huh? Skadoo, any tips to deal with the super colossal bosses? So not exactly yet, no. I have not gone after them since the season 1 of Reign of the Warlock with the Echoing Strike, the first season, which is just like, you know, nonsense, you know. So I do not. Like, I would assume fully decked out Smiter is going to be the easiest, most standard way. I've seen people do it with sorceresses. I've seen people do it with, but I personally don't have the stuff for you, so. Drop for everything is like 50-50, even if it says it's 1 in 500. You can do 2,000 runs, still not have it. Well, yeah, RNG. That's why people steal my RNG, you know what I mean? Like, I'm looking for the Sunder Charm here, not finding it. And then there's that other guy that finds 2 Sunder Charms off of 1 Herald, and they're like, thanks a lot. By you finding 2 Sunder Charms off of 1 Herald, that means it's going to take me twice as long to find mine. Allegedly. That's exactly how statistics work, right? But for every person that finds one mega quick like that, there's somebody that it takes 6,000 runs to get a Stone of Jordan, right? So. But really, Llama should blame me. It took him 6,000 runs to get that Stone of Jordan. Because there was one time I found a Stone of Jordan on the 89th run, so. I think that was my fault, an accident. Yeah. Statistics 101,075 A7. Yep, exactly. Mustache Money says, don't kill the last Colossal Ancient next to a pillar. Oh, that really... Their hitbox falls inside the pillar, you don't get an item? Ooh. I'm assuming that's where your sentence is going? Yeah, it is. I can't believe that's still a thing in this game. I guess I can kind of believe it, but... You know what, if there's one thing I could push for them to work on? Make it so that every item you identify for the Chronicle doesn't say eligible for Chronicle on single player, always, perpetually. So I don't have to waste so many ID scrolls. So I'm like, did I ID this one before? Bloop. Guess so. How about this one? Yep. I don't remember about this one. Yep, I did. I don't remember. I don't remember why exactly it is that way. Mega Smiley, I need everyone to stop playing for hours so I can get that RNG, get that luck. Ryan says, preach, brother, preach. Forgot I had this now again. Don't forget YouTube, hit that like button for me. Twitch, don't worry about it. No like button on Twitch, unfortunately. I know the like button is awesome, so you guys wish you had one, but YouTube, make sure you hit that like button for me. Help a brother out. You know what I never asked for? I heard someone ask this the other day on their YouTube video. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I should beg for that too. Please use that hype feature. There's that new hype feature on YouTube. Any of the videos you ever see or anything, hype them up. So this is all one Gigantor zone here. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and honestly, I think I'm just going to go ahead and, yeah, go to the bottom here. Since the only thing I actually really care about is... Oh, spawn in the Herald, really. Obviously, I would totally go... I don't know, maybe there's less fire mutants down here than I was thinking, huh? Instant Herald. Herald! I cleared almost none of this area, too, so I got the lucky Herald spawn right off the bat here. Gosh. Okay, let's little retrace. Oh, yeah. If your build's not busted, these guys are definitely a lot. Tier 5ers are a lot harder. Oh, I didn't notice my Merc was low on life there. He just biffed it. The thing is, too, is if you use the Death Sigil, I notice. I didn't think about this. When the monsters explode, they don't leave a corpse behind. It's like if you corpse explode a corpse, there's no corpse to corpse explode, you know? So I don't have anything to consume to keep my demons alive. Yeah, Echoing Strike's still crazy powerful for sure. Dundee. Oh, yeah, that's much more like a. That's much more like a Herald drop. You know what I mean? Another statue. 7 million Andariel statues. Okay. Joe, welcome in. Gaborod. Yo. Hello, hello, hello. 3 wind forces yesterday? What? That's some interesting luck. 12 Andariel statues. That's one of those things I looked at this for running the Ancients, and I'm like, they're dropping so much faster now. Should I go get the statues a whole bunch? Because to get a good jewel, to get those jewels that are actually good, you're gonna have to do a bunch of times. You never know if you're gonna get one or the other. You can get 10 of the one that you don't want before you get the other one, you know? If you're trying to get a lightning one for your griffins, you might take you a bunch of times to get it. Should I go spam up the statues now, or should I just, you know, wait, and then maybe they're gonna change it, make them more rare, and then I'm gonna be annoyed? Weird that I haven't gotten a single Diablo one yet, though, too, so. Echoing Strike, the thing with it is attack rating. When people understand things are going to change. Yeah, once they finally got their grip on the build. That's what, when I first put out, it was one of my, and I talked about this with Llama, it was one of my most disliked videos I've ever made. And the video was, I literally did side-by-side video comparisons. Here is Echoing Strike after the patch, and I built it, and I showed exactly how I built it. And I'm not that smart. I'm not expert theory crafter guy by any means. I built it a different way. As soon as the patch came out, I'm like, oh, this isn't gonna work anymore. I changed it, and I showed it taking out a Herald next to a Hammerton taking out a Herald, and it was the exact same speed. And I said, I don't think it's absolutely like trash nerfed into the ground. It, like, here's a video side by side of them killing Heralds at the exact same speed, and that video was just disliked to the ground. It was crazy, kind of, sort of crazy, I guess. It's just like, well, all I did is do a side-by-side comparison. But we got TZ Andy here in just a second here, 4 minutes. So you know what? I'm gonna go do a Stony Tombs while we go to TZ Andy a second. Diablo stingy with those statues, I know, right? That is true. It is true. Chaos armor, let's go. I must have found that one already, right? Or wait, is this? I always mix up, and this is no new news to you guys, I'm sure. Alders and Trangs. I think this is Alders. Told you I always mix them up. Let me go ahead and throw this over here. Gosh, I'm an idiot. Never can remember. The Balos book, I could do more damage. Yeah, that would be a cool find for sure. Yeah, because I'm actually using the Mephisto one. It's just 2 to skills FCR magic find. The magic blah 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 for this build, but I wanted to use a book and just for like cool vibes, and it's got FCR and a couple of skills, so I was like, it's pretty much like a spirit shield but different, right? So I don't have the other book, and I do have the one that's got the tainted skills on it, but it's 1 to tainted, so it's like yeah. Ryan says that's the last set item you need for the Chronicle. Nice. That's crazy. We'll go Izzy up here, I guess. Is he a Guile? Isaiah Guile, maybe? It says minimum investment, the demon lock is powerful. Yeah, I mean, most of the warlock stuff is pretty good. Everything works pretty good, to be honest. Hey, you're supposed to, well, two shards right next to each other. That's as lucky as I can get, is getting 2 shards right by each other. Anyone else ever got 2 shards right near each other? Let me know in the comments. I'm kidding. Don't blow up the chat. It's a complete joke, of course. Grizz shield eludes you? Yeah, that is a pretty rare one. Set item, elite base type of situation. Welcome in, Ben Joe. Question for a new streamer. See chat when you stream on one screen. Well, nowadays that's going to be difficult, isn't that? So, you can. Some people will literally have their chat like on their phone and prop their phone up in front of them. But when those people stream, you'll see them a lot. They'll be playing, and then they'll go to re-chat. They'll be like, you know, because it's so small. I've heard of people just like, honestly, if you only have one monitor, go to like the Salvation Army or Goodwill or any resale shop and go in the back and just find one of the monitors that are like the monitor that comes for free with a pre-built PC or something from like 20 years ago, and just get that monitor and hook that up to your computer. They're so, like, if I went up to the Salvation Army right now, I could literally, they have them for $7 and stuff like that, and almost anyone can afford that, in my opinion. What I used to do when I first started out is I was playing LOD, so it was like that little box. So I literally had the little box here, and then I had a mod to expand it and make it bigger and make it like HD, but it left a space over to the side where I could see the chat in OBS. So that's how I started streaming until, and that's literally what I have over here is an old monitor that I was like, hey Dad, do you have any, like, I went in my dad's basement. He had like 7 monitors stacked up of old pre-builts, because like he was like the impromptu tech guy at his job, even though he was like an engineer, but he just knew everything about computers. So they were just like, oh, why do we need to hire a tech guy? You'll do it all for us. So they would get a new computer, and then they would want a better everything for it. So they buy a new monitor, and they just anything they didn't want anymore, they just threw it right in the garbage, of course. So he had like 7 monitors stacked up in his basement. He's like, sure, just take whatever you want. Oh, dang. This isn't as good as my Sorcerer's one. But yeah. Paul up here a minute ago saying that the Meth book best for the new Echoing Strike. Yes, this is true. Huh. This is not very fast on Mephisto here. Oh boy, also, this bomb is probably going to be healing Mephisto here. Huh? Oh, sick, got a statue. Let's go! A little suboptimal, but what's it going to do? Impromptu tech guy, I know, right? Better clearing areas, a Hammerden or a Foden? Depends on the area, I guess, and what the players count is. So I actually did a test video on this, and it's anecdotal, and it's like if you watch, like, I don't know, if you view my gameplay of a Hammerden or a Foden at S tier level or anything, but I compared bow and hammers in Chaos Sanctuary, and I found, personally, for myself, that Fist of the Heavens cleared faster Chaos Sanctuary clears on P1 and P3, but if you jumped up to the highers, like P7, 8, then, wait, is that Lethargy? Yeah, okay. Then Hammers was better. But results may vary. Sure, why not? Don't need essences on a single player, but you can stack them up, so why not? Okay. I might hang on to this. Maybe if I'm rocking some Barbarian. 2 Barb, FCR, you got Life Leech on it. Life, mana. Poison Res is a little on the low side, so it can be... That's not a bad little Tiara, huh? Not great. Not great, depending on what I want to do for things. It's not bad. There could be a very niche build for this, I guess. Use case, but... Level 67, not big deal. What do you guys think of it? Some people are saying pretty nice, this and that. So I think it looks pretty nice, but if this was online for trade value-wise, it's not bad. But yeah, I'm not great at valuing this stuff either. I'd say the poison res being low is not a wasted roll, but almost like there, you know what I mean? See, you're gonna play around with it, gonna see if you want to respect the bind points, keep them for tankiness on the bound demon. Gotcha. Gotcha, Izzy. So you got your Sunder Charm up there a second ago. Gotcha. I didn't see that at first. Congrats on that. I need to get one of those, huh? Paul says you think that'd be worth an ohm or a low? Really? Interesting. I think you're referring to that. You can get a low for that tiara. Gotcha. I'll see if anyone's willing to trade for me here in a minute, I guess. I'll check my offline single player community, see if anybody wants it, but... Just kidding. I know what you mean. I'm just being a goofhead. Being a silly goose. Surprised that those guys work so good against. I was seeing if there was a... Get their life back. Another statue. Okay. They really do pop off, huh? Real Tech hit recovery 14 all res this morning. Doesn't sound too bad. What's up with the 2 skills up here, bro? A druid with mana, so no FCR, no walk run. Enhanced defense, who cares on a circlet. Attacker takes damage up, blah. But a couple of things. Just that by itself. Mana leech on a druid. I don't think so. Interesting though. Nothing I would use here on single player, and I don't think it's worth anything, but you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Wishy! Early fill. Nice. Yeah. True story. We are early. A few other people. Somebody... Who was that a second ago? They said, I read it real quick, and then I got distracted when I found that circlet. Somebody said, oh, how'd you miss an hour already? Yeah, Jason, I hopped on extra doubly early. Wait a second. Did I say that right? I think so. I think everything there was absolutely correct. Griffin's incoming. Ooh. I have not found a single one of those super useful, super rare uniques yet, so I really hope so, to be honest. I do have a lot of magic find, so maybe. I haven't found a Griffin's, D-Web, Death Fathom, none of that stuff. Not that I don't actually use Death Fathom a lot, to be honest, but... Boy, this build is actually way better against this little council here than I suspected. Because usually I thought they were... immune to fire, but I guess I just don't know things about things. What if I just go like this? Respawn up more of them and then blood boil again. Boo. Boo. Fire lightning mix? Yeah, that's what I thought. But then I'm still like nuking them with the blood boil, so I guess I just do enough damage for the physical half of the blowy uppiness. And turn the music up a little bit. Love it. Oh yeah, it looks like they're all lightning, and then oh man, it slipped my mind. Alma, yeah, I could not remember what that was. Don't forget y'all on YouTube, hit that like button for me. Appreciate y'all. 18% Chronicle, it barely took anything. Yeah, the first bit takes a while. The last like 10 items take like 2 years to find, so. Mustache Money, first memory of playing Diablo 2 was the friend's house on a computer that was made from leftover parts. Nice. And my first time was playing at somebody else's house too, just to, they're like, yeah, you can play for a little bit, I'm gonna go make a sandwich. And I was like, okay. I remember walking around picking up like arrows and stuff and being like, arrows, huh? Look at this stuff. Well, how about this? And I just had no idea what I was looking at, pretty much, kind of, sort of. Come on. There we go. Garbage. Endurance of hate. Hate. Where's that Griffins you were calling for? I haven't seen one. Did it drop and I missed it, or? Mask of Horror. Can I take them out before they die? Give me some more of your blood so I can boil them. Ooh. Goes on the armor rack. No, I never check those armor racks anymore nowadays. Dang it, why didn't you tell me? The Griffins was over there? Unbelievable, man. You leave me hanging like that. Confirmed Griffins under racks and burr drops. Just around the corner. I didn't know that. That's what it is. It's always the next run. They're on the next run, right? Ooh. You. Out of here. Double axe. I knew I was getting something this run. Oh, little 6 MFer. Love those little MFers, you know what I'm saying? Is a 6 better? Do I got any 5s over here? Oh yeah. That one more magic find for the next run is gonna just change everything. Man, I feel great. Kind of great. A little tired, but in a great way. Oops. I feel tired in the way that you wake up early, but you weren't that tired when you woke up, but you feel like you woke up early still. I've been feeling real tired lately, so finally slept all right. Why don't we take out these guys? Everyone always says, like, actually, I find all my stuff off of those other bros. Let me know if I figure out the secret, the sleep secret. I might have figured it out. Last night I streamed over on one of my other channels for funsies, some fantasy football stuff, and then I just laid on the couch watching a documentary about the Cold War. Twister charges. How crazy would Tyrell's might off an armor rack? Pretty crazy. I think it is technically possible with Terra zones nowadays. I don't think about the armor and weapon rack mechanics very often, so I'd have to double check it, but I think it is. I found an ethereal bone flame off of a rack one time. That's pretty rare. Uniques, but not great ones. I'll double check them. I have no idea if this stuff would be in the Chronicle. I probably found it all, I'm sure. Oh, Ethereal Howl Tusk. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Crazy. Other channel? I got a video editing channel and the fantasy football one. I guess I could grab it for you. It's called Fantasy Football Phil. All PHs though. Come on. If anybody's interested, I'll just put them in the chats. You only need to subscribe up if you're interested in fantasy football stuff. I'm not trying to pump it just to get random, I appreciate y'all, but sometimes just random subscribers to a channel that aren't people that actually want to watch the videos is actually a negative. So just if you guys want to, I live stream over there every few days this time of year, drafting these best ball teams. And I'm going to be doing some stuff for the season-long stuff when it gets a little more around. Like, I do some new stuff nowadays when stuff's coming out, but just a little hobby thing on the side. And Kind of like, who knows if during the season it pops off or something. We'll see. Wrong football? It's the only football. I didn't say soccer, I said football. I know what you mean. But yeah, no, it's football, not soccer, yeah. Oh! Perfect timing. I am the absolute king of Talzheimer's. It is true. It is true. Got a statue along with it. Ancient sword and ancient shield as well, but good old Talzheimer. Ooh. I could totally go for Arachnus Mesh. No idea what they're worth right now. No idea, but what's the max defense on a Talzheimer? Some of you guys are so smart, you know that off the top of your head. I forget what it goes up to, like depending on. I feel like it's something that ends in a 5. I think I got a Talzheimer already, but 941. Oh, I'm completely wrong. Oh, this is Garbo then, huh? The thing is, I don't remember if I kept the other ones that I found or not. I must have, right? I don't know. I'll have to double check later. Got a Zod last night, Jeremy. High luck rune continues, man. What a problem that is. You don't kick the ball in football? One guy does. One little scrawny guy does kick the ball. And that's all he does. Nothing else. What about AFL? Like, is that one of the other football leagues that's around right now? I thought there was only the UFL right now, but I thought the XFL went out of business, right? And then yeah, forget those guys. Come on, Meth. So I got the Talzheimer, so maybe I shouldn't complain. It's a cool drop, but I could totally go for an Arachnus Mesh or a Griffin's Eye off of here. Hey, Hero's Might right now? Something. Something. Not always scrawny. Sometimes they got fat guts too. Yeah, sometimes. Depends on the kicker, huh? Oh, Australian Football League. I didn't think about that. Yeah, no. Canadian Football League. Didn't realize that. Wings fan. A little bit of a Wings fan. I'm a hometown teams fan, so I'll be honest. I follow the Wings are the hometown team I probably follow the least, but I'm a hometown teams fan, and I'm from Michigan. So yeah. Total homer, eh? Don't have a Fire Sunday. I do not. So this is offline single player, and I found the Fire Sunder Charm online. So on single player here, I found a Sunder Charm, but it was a cold Sunder Charm. Yeah. Blood Boil, Blood Oath, Magic Find. Let me compare that to what I got. I know those gloves or whatever. I might keep one of those. It's a new unique. I don't know under what circumstance I would use it, to be honest, but wait a second. Daggers are weird because they can get like all different character skills. So you end up with like Barb with like Warlock skills on it, or Necro skills and Warlock skill, you know, weird. Yeah, Blood Boil is half physical fire. This is true. 3 bind, 3 Blood Boil, 2 to Oath. Boy, less Magic Find though. Try to see. No, I'm just kidding. We'll keep that one. Maybe at some point I'll decide to throw that on if I want. Find Demon Blood Oath or something. I don't know. Hometown teams is the way. This is true. Mustache got a Mang songs lessons. Nice. Good old Archon. Death. So I was watching the UFL the other day, actually, speaking of football. I didn't realize, I knew they tried out different rules in the UFL and stuff, But yeah, they have this new, and I don't watch UFL all the time. It's United Football League. It's a different football league in the United States, anyways. It's not the NFL, UFL. It's all like the players that can't make the NFL, essentially. But they have a thing called a Super Challenge where you can actually challenge the penalties. Like you can challenge pass interferences and stuff, and they just call it a super. Oh, he might try a Super Challenge here. I'm like, a Super Challenge? You got to come up with a different name for that. Jeez, that sounds so cheesy. But yeah, CFL is terrible. I'll take your word on that one. It's interesting though. Every once in a while, because I live in Michigan, go to Canada and it'll be on TV, and you look and like the goalposts are in front of the end zone and stuff like that, and you're like, see, Demon Lock do not have immunity problems. You can get around it a little bit. So there is a little bit of a problem with it, just being that it depends what you're doing. So in general, no, you can get around them, but still, if you're doing like a tier 5 Herald, and like even if you get Carver packs, it's annoying because they are immune to fire, stone skin, fire enchant, extra strong, you know, like, so then it's like, oh great, like they're not immune to physical, but they're only taking like, I don't even know what the percentage is that they take after when they're stone skin. Do they only take like 10% of the damage or something? It's really annoying. So it's not completely fixed, but you can sort of, you know, you're not completely just blocked out, I guess you could call it. Okay, a little something something. Is it the most Giga Chattest one? No, but Jalal's Mane. It's a classically good item for the Druid right there. Classically good. Classically. How about, no. I'm pretty sure I got like a 97er of that already though, but it's not the most uncommon, but classically good. Classically good. Ezra, welcome in, yo. Zort, you're a diehard on the Wings fan, huh? Diehard, I got you. Yeah, hockey just isn't as entertaining to me as other sports, personally. Trade Larkin. Yeah, I did hear about that. Paul says that's the best for the Wolf Druid in a lot of circumstances. Yeah. What I would use on several Druids, especially if you just want to be, you don't want to be that guy that puts Shaco on every single build you ever play. You know, Jalal's Mane sick. But when you're grailing, of course, getting the magic find and whatnot is kind of important. So. Eagles fan, yo! Lil Steve, welcome in. Low from a random zombie. Man, why you guys get so lucky? How come I can't get that lucky? I keep finding Radamant Sphere and stuff. This song's kind of cool too. Just got stuck on the wall there. 10 perfect amethyst equals strong druid. Strength, baby. Yeah. Digging the new playlist, Peter. Glad you like it. Only slightly worried, not that worried, but only slightly worried that it's too heavy for an average Joe. But we'll be alright. It's not too loud. You know, battle darts. I don't usually check these all the time, but every once in a while, see if I get something weird. Finally found a Cold Sunder. Nice. Congrats on that, little Steve. How is there not language to where if you request a trade, the no trade clause goes away? Well, that's how the contract goes, I guess. Yeah, the crazy thing. So yeah, it's just kind of how it goes, I guess. I don't know. This is what it is. Oh, well, it is what it is. Part of sports, I guess, you know. Another G-Face. It is soft, that is true. So we're just on players 3, yo. Mustache saying thinks people get put off by the heavy vocals, not so much the instrumental part of it. Oh, you mean the best part of it? That's what people don't like? No, I'm just kidding. We got like 2 minutes. Let me get going here. There are a few times in this playlist where it's like, you know, I'm assuming this is done a lot on computers, and there's like a insane double bass and double bass drum kicking, and I'm like, yeah, people aren't gonna like that. I'm just like, yeah, people aren't gonna like that one, but it's whatever. Best P8 TZ clear these days? Oopsie, I was not paying attention to my merc. I don't know what would technically be the best nowadays. If it's one of the Warlocks, or just going back to the classics. Casey says that's the best in his opinion, whether the double bass plowing. Druid rework. What was the basis behind that comment, Paul? Is that what you would like to see? It sounds like. Isaiah Guile saying Nagel, best you got from a TZ Andy. Must have been TZ Andy online, huh? Daniel up a minute ago. Worth cubing up to get a job. Depends where you're gonna start, in my opinion, and it depends what you're doing. It's totally worth it if you're like running LK and you're going to take everything, especially if you're going like these runes in here and higher to get up to Ja, or if even you're just talking like Sirs up to Ja for sure. If I'm running LK, I will even gander down here. Like, let's say I have 3 Sirs and I have like an a Vex, a Gull, an Ist, a Mal, and a Pull, and like 7 Lems. I will definitely cube these together to get that, to get this, to get that, to get this, to get this, to all the way up to get a Sir to get up to the Ja, you know. So I would keep an eye on the lower ones, but I might not necessarily just plow in all these. I would double check to make sure I could get up to Ja by doing it, and then decide, you know. Yeah. Rocky Waste Stony Tombs. Here's a good TZ to get if you're a fire build for sure. Let's go hit this real quick. What do we got? 10 o'clock already? Man, time's flying when you're blasting. Sort. Mantha was my favorite player before they traded him. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm a bit surprised on the whole Larkin situation there, but like I said, I'm a fan, but I'm not a diehard fan. They're not on any TV that I can really watch, so that's what kind of made me lose interest in a lot of the other sports, because they're not on regular television anymore. Like, at all, literally, so. NFL you can still watch on regular, just antenna, so. Antennae. What happened with Mosaic, man? Blizzard just doesn't say anything about it. Yeah, I think I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they are doing some stuff with the game, so maybe they'll fix it up here pretty soon, but I don't know. Ooh, gosh. Extra strong, fire enchanted. I swear this game reads what type of damage you do the most of, and then they go ahead and they just make it enchanted with that, you know? I swear to God. Like, it's perpetually, if you go to an area that has no fire immunes, they automatically make it fire enchanted, like right off the top. Boy, got way behind on some of the comments. Do forgive me. Mewtwo, Mosaic incoming? Could be, could be. Gold Magic Find up there with like number 86. Thank you so much, you legend. But the problem is, only 86 likes on the stream. Like, hit the like button on YouTube already, you scummy bums. What are you doing? You schmucks. Half kidding. Make sure you hit that like button on YouTube. It's free. It's free. Isaiah cubed up all my runes until I'm at 5 or less. Sometimes I'll cube a mid rune, at least if I have a reason. I guess it is true. The only thing is when you start getting into the ones that require chipped gems and stuff. This is how many, like, total. I guess I have a bunch of them now, but I could. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Because, like, yeah, do I really need 96 dull runes? I might. Can't say that I won't ever need those. What about when I need 96 dull runes and I don't have them? I'm gonna be so mad. The poll thing helps for the likes. Yeah, I kind of stopped doing that just because it seemed kind of, I don't know. Maybe I need to do it again. The fake little, like, oh hey, here's a poll. How come you haven't hit the like button yet? And then a bunch of dumb reasons. Pistons and Raptors, both cool in my book. Pistons are cool for sure. For sure. Can we still make Mosaic on single player? I believe so, yes. I'm pretty positive. Pretty positive. You just can't do her on a ladder, my understanding. Will you? Shadow Plate, that's the Alders ones then. Yeah, first Alders, let's go. I just found the other one, so I knew this one was the one I was looking for. Greater Claw. Wait, is this Mosaic base? I'm looking. Cut it out, Phil, you hoarder. I should cube all those ones up to get... I do need to make another new call to arms, so I should cube up the runes to make another call to arms, huh? That wouldn't be too bad, right? Just in case, we gotta save this for the full Alders Druid, right? Sets popping off today, huh? Eagles fan said every time I've said to hit the like button, he hit the like button. Oh boy. Zord, who are you talking about? Not they shouldn't have the no trade clause for JT. I missed context on that one, I guess. Got a little behind. Elrune, don't have enough of those. Hopefully I end with the odd number of times I know, right? That's the goal here. Daniel said, never seen that pull. You never seen even up to a pull rune, I think you're saying? Or that armor. Maybe pulling that armor, you mean? Highest thing you got so far is a 70 Paladin. Just got the game a few weeks ago. Nice. A new into D2. Welcome into the community. The real football starts tomorrow? You mean the soccery football? Quad res, oh boy. Oh, 9 alt res on the ring. Another one a little higher. Acidic, a 50-time like button hitter. Nice. Alright, I deserve another Thunder Charm here. You hear me, game? I deserve it. Ooh. Oh, I forgot I should be using this. On the Herald pack specifically. And on all Ogres. Game needs to give me some more skillers. Best thing I can do is another shard. Haha, nice. Strong enough for P8 terror zones. If you have the best possible gear in the game, absolutely. But as is, no Thunder Charm, no Infinity. I'm using this Bane's belt. It's probably not. Like, I could probably do it, but it would not be fast and it would be boring to play, in my opinion. Jason up a minute ago says, can't get a 5-socketed weapon and make call to arms, huh? Cows. Cows is going to be your best friend. I think even depending on how fast or slow you work in different areas, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure you can find 5-socketed stuff in Nightmare Cows, so you could even go blast that. That way you can farm it, like, if Hell Cows is a little bit, not super, you know, I'm not saying slow necessarily, but like not the fastest for you. You can just absolutely melt Nightmare Cows and get 5-socketed stuff. Yeah, see, to be honest, right here, this is when the Heralds are, like, the best, in my opinion. When they're popping up in Terror Zones that you, like, want to do already. Like, I would already be running this as Terrorized, because you get good experience. It's already an 85 area, but if it wasn't, it would be an 85 area. And also, you're getting a little bonus of the Herald. Even though right now they don't drop very good stuff, you get that extra opportunity of the Thunder Charm. So this is kind of when when it's kind of the best. Oh, John Tavares. Gotcha. You know, I would never have pulled that. JT, I instantly thought of, oh, getting a cold skiller is what I instantly thought of. No, Jonathan Taylor for Indianapolis Colts. But finally, got another cold skiller. Another skiller. I think I got a couple of cold skillers now. So the Blizzsork is about to be popping. That's a good little benefit, a boost right there. Yeah. Love the Herald spawning. Yeah, I guess I kind of, it's not a huge thing. Like, I would love to buy the game because of the Herald spawning thing, but I kind of like how it is now with the little lightning and the little, makes the little sound and stuff. It's good. I think they landed that plane, you know. Toronto cluster. F says trash. Yeah, it sounds like it. Zorg saying that Toronto coach terrible. So it sounds like that's a consensus. So how's it drop so far this morning? Up a minute ago, you ask. They're going. Not super great, but I've had a couple of interestings. Not super great though, that's for sure. Battle Hammer. Devastating. I don't know why we were just talking about drops being good or not, and I just seen the unique pop out, and I was like, in my brain, it was just thinking that it was going to be something good. Like I was due. Yeah, I seen the jewel. I'm going to go back and get it. Don't worry. Sorry, there was a... Ooh, hold up. Let me clear the rest of this over here, actually, first. Whoa! Don't let them come up and get you like that. Wowsies. Merc. Oh, not toast. Nothing. How do you even know when something is terrorized? Yeah. So, it changes... After you beat the game, it changes every half hour. And yeah, they're written right here. Rocky Way, Stony Tombs. Yep. I've seen some other people answer that, but just in case you didn't see what they said, or, you know, you're just listening. It'll be listed just under the game name in the upper right-hand corner and under the difficulty. Yeah, you have to beat that difficulty, beat Bale on that difficulty, yeah. You don't craft on single player. Sure I do. Yep. Craft caster amulets and stuff. I just did a video like a week ago. Miss TZ Andy, Gaborod? Miss TZ Andy. Yeah, that's no problem. Luckily nowadays they're only half hours, so it's less like FOMO crucial to get them, you know. It'll be much faster for them to pop up. Also, they combine some Terror Zones, which means Easy Andy will pop up even more often than it did before. So it already doubles because they cut them in half in time. And then it's even more than doubles because there's less Terror Zones overall. So yeah, you don't really have to FOMO as much anymore into doing TZ Andy. Not to mention they lowered the drop rates for TZ Andy, so it's not quite as busted. It's as busted as TZ Meth is now, right? Essentially. So... But yeah, I guess I still kind of get you, though. Still something you wanted to do, right? Just trying to get you to not, you know, you don't need to feel too bad about it, I guess. But dropped a jaw 2 days ago, Awad says. Jake went on yesterday. Nice. That's crazy. Single player drops, too, feel even more better. So congrats on that. Zombie pack, probably the best because they're so stinking slow. Ooh. Of course, Best I can do is the same set gloves that drop all the time. Best I can do is horizontal gloves. Soul Rune, yes. 97 now. Game super hard compared to D3. Very true, yes. That is accurate. I'm not a big D3 player, but that is very true. Marty agrees. $97. We're almost getting, we got to get that to 99. Oh, I forgot what I was doing for a second there. Guess I have a ton of junk jewels already. I probably need to save some more, but junk jewels that are bad, you find so many of those, am I right? I don't know how many I got right now, but I think I might have 100 or 150 at the moment. See, like every run you get at least one. So it's like I probably do need to start saving some more because I did craft like 100 times, so I guess I do kind of need to start saving some more. But this is every time the more things you save, the more times you have to check the stash. So the more, you know, it's just kind of going to the stash is boring. Maybe I don't know. Let's go over here. Boy, this place is the goat for spawning heralds because everything's so slow in here. And of course, no fire muse. Rare ballista. There is that though. Huh? Except for that guy. Random unique monster that's immune to fire. That chump. Double spirit. Not what I'm rocking right now. I got a Hoto, and if you're asking me anyways. And I'm rocking the Mephisto book actually, which is not optimal. The Mephisto book, but it's what I got. Decided I wanted to use the book. Annoying when everything's immune to something. Well, it is annoying, but that's what adds a challenge, and you have to think around it, and yeah. It's one of those things where you think like, man, I wish the game was just like easier. But then if the game's easier, you just get really bored of it real quick. So you got to have the challenge to keep it a reason to make your character better. If you wreck everything super easy with bad gear, what's the motivation to farm for a long time to try to get better gear? And what's the excitement with finding better gear if when you find the better gear, you don't get any more powerful because you already one-shotted everything already? So, you know. But yeah. What am I looking for on the Necro white shields? I don't even know if did I just pick a white one up? I don't even know, to be honest. I mean, I was probably looking for skills, but I don't know why I picked it up, to be honest. Make a Necro head lore. I think I was just zoned out for a second, and I was thinking I was picking up a book, maybe. Sometimes I do that. Especially if I'm reading and thinking about that too while I'm trying to slay demons and decide if what drops is you know, something I want to check the skills on or not. Oh my god. There we go. I was thinking like, where is my herald spawn here? Let's back up a little bit. I want to replace magic res. You would. Best I can do is a shard. Fire Druid or Poison Necro stronger? Really hard to answer. Depends on the level of gear. If you're talking budget, I think that if you don't have D-Web, the Poison Necro is so much weaker. Oh. I was thinking I was here. Oh, that's fine. But, impossible. So I'd say lower budget gear, not trying to do terror zones or anything, but going to areas good for your build. The Fire Druid is stronger. Once you get a D-Web and everything, the clear speed overall of the mobs in areas is faster on the Poison Necro, I think. But Poison Necro is not good at like big act bosses, so it's probably really bad at high level heralds. It's a tough question to answer. Kind of a lot of thises and that's. So how are the runs going? They're going all right. Mage Demon. Phil, how many perfect amethysts for a sir? You trade sometimes in that? I do not know. I don't do a ton of trading, so I'm not sure. When I do trading, nowadays, honestly, it angers people, I know, but I just use JSP. I find items and I trade them for the forum gold, and I trade the forum gold for the items, and within 30 seconds I can trade away the item that I have, and then another 30 seconds I can trade for the item I want, and then I'm moving on with my life. So it's just too convenient. Green Gold says about 80 perfect amethyst for us, sir, according to current values, according to what it sounds like he knows or believes or thinks. However you want to look at that. Could be. I don't know. I don't look into that stuff, so I take his word on it. This is where it is. This room always gives you the... This seems like the room that you always get the Herald in almost. 80% of the time in this tomb. Just the density relative to how full the... And just as I say that, we don't get it, but... How percentage complete with the tomb you are relative to the density here. You always end up spawning it there, but not this time. Coming right here. No? You bum. Wait a second. You're not going to give me Herald? Unbelievable. I see how it is, game. What, do I look like a fool to you, game? Oh, my back. Marty says, should they add an Act 4 merc? I don't know if I read the rest of that. I don't know. I'm kind of anti-change guy, but I would say no. But if they do, then I'll just say, you know what? They added it. This is reality. We'll move on. We'll move on with the way reality is. So. All right. 3 minutes here. I'll try to blast one more run out. Real quick. The big old fat shard. I was trying to blast out the last. I know I wasn't talking very much, dead silent. I was just trying to get this last run done. Get one more TZ run in here on one of the best terror zones for this particular build. Do forgive me. Act 4 Demon Merc. Ooh, huh? Interesting. Green Gold says he has great gear on his Poison Necro, still hurts for the P8 terror zones. Heralds, you just skip them. Yeah, I could see some of that. Like certain builds just aren't good against, you know, like Poison Necro is not going to be good against Ubers. Like, yeah. I don't have an exclamation music. A link to the guy's channel. Actually, I've been meaning to change that, actually. Let me do that, too. I've been meaning to change that. To put a link to the actual exact playlist rather than the guy's channel, because he has a couple playlists, but I'm listening to this one. Let me actually change this in the thing on YouTube. Oh wait, I didn't have the right link. Great. I don't know why I didn't have the right link in there. So I now have the correct link. Do forgive me. At the bottom of the description there on YouTube is a link to the playlist I'm listening to. Do forgive me. Geez, I hope that guy forgives me. I just said like, hey, here's a link to the guy's YouTube, you know, the guy's YouTube that I'm listening to, and it was a link to the wrong guy. It was a link to the old playlist. Great. Varthmus, welcome in. What's going on, KC? This tune is a banger, you're right. A lot of these are bangers. Jason says I should finish Hell with my Sorceress. I hadn't played D2 in like 16 years, so I'm kind of just enjoying my way through. Hey, if you're playing video games, you should be enjoying yourself. Don't think about having to min-max everything like you hear. Which, I mean, people like min-maxing things by all means, but if you know, enjoying yourself through playing the game, just do that, you know. Battle Belt. Cold Clash? What is this? Snow Clash. There we go. Neat couple Blizzard skills, but well, to be honest, I might actually hang on to that since I don't have an Arachnids Mesh yet. This might be a using, so. Boots, 30 walk run, hit recovery, cold and fire, and MF. How good are they? They're good-ish. Yeah, I see they're missing the third res, so nothing interesting. So if you're actually using your own gear that you find, I mean, that's pretty good. You are missing, it's not perfect, so you're not going to get a high rune for it, probably, but cold and fire. I mean, the fire there makes up for your missing fire res on your spirit shield on most builds. You got walk, run, and hit recovery and magic find, so yeah. They're not bad. Maybe we'll try to do this. Maybe we'll just do the Bale runs, huh? Try to get some Bale statues. Or we could just take out cold. This kind of stuff when we go through. Wait a second. Goated level? No fire immunes? No souls or anything? The sickest ever level for the World's Don't Keep? My god. See, there's because I was using Death Sigil, there's no corpses for me to bring their life back. Oh, there they are. What? They just randomly put souls over here on the edge of the freaking map? Bro, what's going on here? Who does that? Wow. They just get nuked by the Tainted, though, so that's alright. Fire immunes. Let's see how they work here with these fire immunes here. Not the worst. Whoops. Interesting. Okay, doesn't work too bad. I feel like the Worldstone Keep is all one Gigantor Herald spawning zone, though, unfortunately. Dang, I lost one again. Let's just try to find our way down. I don't... If it's like wreckage mode, I'll do it, but... Enjoying games. Who does that, Acidic says? I know, right? Okay. This is gross. Even just regular Doom, these guys' life is too high. My goodness. Let's slow him down a little bit. This is going suboptimally. There we go. One eternity later. Stone skin, fire immune, you would. Need some bodies bringing back to bring their life back. I didn't heal my guys before they Vale took all their corpses. Don't forget YouTube, help help brother out. Hit that like button for me. Appreciate you. Ray's getting eaten up by the port tax, huh? Inflation, right? Unfortunate. I need a raise. Talk to my boss. Do you ever try actually to get around that? You say food and stuff like that. You ever just try not eating food? Just skip food for a while? Wow. Guys, fire resin, their total amount of life here is too high. Little hack I've been trying. Little life hack. Don't eat. Oof. Worse than expected. I forgot they were all fire immune on the last wave. Easy fire immune. We'll just dip out on that one. We'll go ahead and X-nay on that. Beast Like said the jaw jumped up in price the day after you sold it. That's weird. Usually they never go up in price, so over on that particular JSP. I wonder if it was like the time of day, because sometimes if you trade stuff at one time or at a different time, it'll people will ask more when there's more people on. Yeah, I've been saving some jewels, and I did some crafting. 3 to traps, 20 to strength. And we got your 1038. Okay, all right, all right. Where should I go? Let me do a few Andes just to see if I can get one of these times. I got to get lucky with one of those unterrorized Andes type situations here, huh? With a Sunday. Eventually. Right? Maybe? Guess you don't have to, am I right? But no good. Yeah, lucky thing for me with the whole inflation stuff and the gas prices. Of course, I don't drive very much at all. I work from home and stuff, so all I do is every once in a while I drive my daughter to and from school and go to the gym. So I use almost no gas at all. Maybe once a month I fill up my car. Couple reses, blah. Electric bike manufacturer they recommend. Gosh, these electric bikes. I'm about to old man you guys here for a second. They need to ban those freaking electric bikes on sidewalks. You should have to have a motorcycle license to drive these electric bikes. These kids, I'm literally driving down the road at like 45, and there's kids on these electric bikes going on the sidewalks, passing me on the sidewalks where I live here in the suburbs. They literally have dirt bike helmets on, and they're riding these little electric bikes passing you at 45. Like, come on here, people. What are we doing? They honestly should be, you should have to ride them on the road, and you should have to have a motorcycle license. Like, what are we doing here? Am I right or what? Bikers on the road. But yeah, they're not even bikes though. They're electric motorcycles. That's what they are. Is this 1000 Mephisto runs to get good stuff? I'm running Andariel, so it's definitely not. But no, this is like I'm using the Warlock and I'm farming for stuff. Those are illegal, most likely. Everybody, kids ride them to school. They're everywhere. They're just everywhere. I was talking to my brother about it. He's like, yeah, it's like a loophole. They haven't updated the laws in so long that the laws for motorcycle license and being able to ride things on the road and stuff, it's all based upon how many cc's the engine is and stuff like that. So electric bikes, there's just no laws, rules for it. I'm like, that makes sense, but yeah, I have like 400 magic find, Peter, so 390 something. Yep. In the EU, it's the same. You're talking about electric bikes and how it's for motorcycles. It's called like based upon the CCs. Engorge, okay. Yeah. If it goes over 28, it has to be on the road. I mean, yeah, who knows, that might even be the law, but they need a law that not like if it goes over 28, like you have to drive it on the road. It has to be the manufacturers, because if you don't do the manufacturers, people just buy them and then do whatever they want, right? But obviously if you do it by state level, then like it's tough. Unless it's like California and New York do it. That's like half the population of the country. So if they make laws like that, then the manufacturers will probably just like, okay, we'll just start making all the bikes like that, because having multiple production lines isn't worth it at that point. But yeah. Soul Essence statue. I don't really need the essence, but since you can stack them up eternally, I guess we'll just, you know. But yeah, like Gluten, I don't know if you caught the first half of that sentence, but yesterday I was doing 45 and the speed limit was 45 on the road. And there was some 13-year-olds. There was actually two of them. Both had dirt bike. One had a dirt bike helmet on. One of them had like one of those chopper bike, like motorcycle helmets where it's just like the top half cap. And they passed me on the sidewalk while I was going 45. And that is not uncommon where I live. Because apparently people just have way too much money and they just buy their kids electric dirt bikes, electric motorcycles, and stuff all the time, I guess. Go boots. Yeah, the number of times, it's not every day or anything, but I'll be walking my daughter home from school and some kid who says nothing just goes whoosh by us, like next to us on the sidewalk, just like zipping by, and they don't even like, you know, they don't honk the horn or nothing. They just like fly right within feet of you. They go off the sidewalk onto the grass a little bit and they just fly by. Maybe they're only going 27. Maybe those kids are going like 27, but still, that should be illegal. Hitting a pedestrian at 45 on an electric bike. Yeah. Let people do what they want and no one gets injured. Well, no. I don't feel like my daughter getting ran over by a 13-year-old on a motorcycle going 45 down the sidewalk. I might sound like an old man, but I'm just gonna be honest. Maybe I'm just, you know, maybe I'm at the 10% of a 90-10 issue. Everyone thinks you should go 45 down the sidewalk on motorcycles when you're 13-year-olds on your way home from school, but your daughter's not dead yet, though, is she? That's a good point. I never thought about that. She is not yet dead. You are accurate. This is... how could I argue with your logic here? I don't know. I don't know what to say. I can't argue with it there. Can't argue with it there. Fat bike? I don't know what you mean by a fat bike there. If that's like a brand or something there, Mewtwo, maybe? Since Marty was asking about that originally and got me on my old man tangent. Jan said, looked ahead on the TZ schedule. Chaos Sanctuary, Trav, Andy, Rocky, Waste, Andy. Oh, the 12th, huh? That's a few days away. Where is my Sunder Charm? I thought these were supposed to be easy to find. Columbus, Ohio. It is a massive collection of rent e-bikes and scooters littering the sidewalks. We got a little bit of that in around Detroit, but I wouldn't say they're littering. So I don't know if they have... A lot of places have regulations, like they only allow certain companies in based upon permitting and stuff, and X number of bikes and stuff like that, or scooters or whatever. So I don't know how every city handles it, but Detroit's not terrible. They are around, though. So another billion statues. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Definitely old man shouting at clouds moments. You aren't wrong, though. Well, hey, sometimes old men are right even, so. Sometimes. Small what's going on. Can this build do tombs fill? Stony tombs or Talrash's tombs? It's goated in Stony tombs. Talrash's tombs it can absolutely do at my current level of gear. Now, I do have Heart of the Oak and Enigma, and Shaco for that matter, but everything else is like budget on it. I'm using that Bane's belt for 10 FCR, literally. I have the wrong book on. I just have an insight on my mercenary, no infinity stuff. If you have the best gear, you will wreck Tal's Tombs with this build. Right now, it could do it okay. Requirement to be 18 years or older to ride those bikes. I think that, yeah, and it's hard to say too exactly, because then how far down do you go? Like there's those bikes for old people that are like you pedal them, but then like they just like assisted to keep you going. But honestly, I think if any bicycle is propelled by any type of motor of any kind, it should not be allowed on the sidewalks. Even if you have a very slow motorcycle, you should not be driving it down the sidewalks. And I mean, I don't think somebody should get instantly like, you know, you're riding your dirt bike 3 houses down to show your buddy your dirt bike, you should get a ticket or arrested or something. But like, you know, if people are just cruising down the sidewalks, 10-year-olds are riding their electric bikes to school after they just learned how to ride a bike, you know, like, or something. 7-year-olds, I don't know. Proper Monkey said Finland, they banned the bikes for under 15. Yeah, that'd be a start, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't really thought about the perfect rule, but what I do know is I don't like getting passed by 12-year-olds on the sidewalk when I'm driving down the road. They're doing over the speed limit, but they're on the sidewalk and I'm on the road and I can't go any faster. I don't like that. I do not like that. Yeah, Marty says they got a ton of bike lanes there in Colorado. Yeah, it definitely depends where you live for sure. Where I live, they do not have bike lanes. That's more of a city thing. They do in Detroit some places. And there's probably a few others bigger, like Detroit suburb cities, whatever you call it. Not sure what you call it, but you know what I mean. They probably have bike lanes, the rich areas, but not where I live. I wish I was a kid now. It sounds awesome. Well, yeah, if I was a kid, I would think differently, of course. Like when I was that age, I'm trying to do kickflips over like a gap from the parking lot down onto the road with traffic, you know, like that's obviously you don't make the best choices when you're a kid, am I right? Cost of gas, you were thinking about getting an e-bike? Let's get a little motorcycle, right? Or I don't think that the those electric bikes should be any different than like what are they called? There's like sprees or like those scooters that are gas powered. Why? It shouldn't be really any different. They do the same speed, but those gas powered like little scooters you can't drive down the sidewalk. Nobody does. I see them on the road because, you know, they're on the road, you know, so. Quest drop Diablo Frisbo. Nice, getting your, yeah, moped, there you go. That's the word acidic, exactly. Exactly. Are we talking about e-bikes, Phil? What about e-bikes? So I told a story of how a kid, I was driving my car down the road. The speed limit was 45 on the road. And there was a couple of like what looked like 12 or 13-year-olds that passed me on the sidewalk on their electric bikes. And I was talking about how they need to ban these things. Because these parents buy their kids these bikes. And then like I was telling a couple other stories about how when I'm driving home from school and the kids fly by in these electric bikes at like 30 miles an hour and like, yeah, almost run us over, and they don't even like honk a horn or say nothing. They just fly by you on the sidewalk, on the grass next to the sidewalk at like 30 miles an hour, literally. How they need to get off the sidewalks, and those, like, if you're going 30 miles an hour, you need to be on the road, and you shouldn't be able to go over the speed limit on the sidewalk, over the road speed limit. Stuff like that. Wax on the private property to grind. Didn't understand that was a problem, right? I might have done that once or twice, yeah. Back in the day when I was a wee little child. Ooh, another 6% magic finder. There we go. Another 1 MF. Yeah, an education course. You mean like have a motorcycle license? I won somebody over. Marty says he wants to go back and forth 4 miles to work during the summer on a bike like that. Yeah, that does make sense. Motorcycles get way better gas mileage if you get an electric one. A moped or an electric bike like that. Obviously, electricity is way cheaper, even though that's going up in price too, so. Isaiah Guile saying up where you live, technically, bikes are not allowed in the sidewalks. Yeah, so if you live in big cities, I guess, I'm assuming like Chicago, New York, etc., 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 or other big cities around the world, probably Toronto maybe. I can't say for sure, but bikes are not allowed to be ridden on sidewalks, yeah. But yeah, out when you're in like the suburbs and stuff, like when your kid's riding their bike to school from a neighborhood to the school, you don't really want your kid riding their, you know, their bike with riding their bike to school with their training wheels on, you know, like on the road. I think I'm gonna do one more of these. Still no Sunder. Keep blasting it. It's not happening, but. Not a license. Well, how do you know if they took the class to get to be able to be responsible enough to drive it? If you don't get a little piece of paper or something that tells you that you did it, right? Special electric bike license. Jay Davis said problem where he lives, a few people have been hit by the kids on the bikes. And you still have people defending the bikes, saying stuff like, let kids be kids. Yeah, some people be like that, you know. Some people be like that. No Sunder still. Couple reses, walk, run. Not enough for me personally. Let kids be kids. I believe that to a point, but not with these bikes that go faster than cars do. Not with bikes that go over the speed limit on the roads. Kids, like 11-year-olds should not be passing cars when they're on the sidewalk and the car is not allowed to go as fast as they're going. See, Zork saying you could go. You can get one for like 1,200 Canadian that looks like a dirt bike, talking about one of those things. Man, are they that? They can't all be that expensive. Maybe we'll do one more. That parents are buying their kids like $1,000 electric bikes to go to school on it. Jeez, that's crazy. If that's true, I don't know. Aren't you in Michigan? Don't you just take snowmobiles everywhere? No, it is illegal to drive snowmobiles down the road. Depends where you're at, I guess. I think it technically is illegal by state law, but there are places that just allow it. I could be wrong though. Maybe it's like a city ordinance type of situation and stuff like that. But definitely most places it is not legal to drive snowmobiles down the road around here. But I know up north in Michigan, people just pull their snowmobiles right up to the stores and stuff in the winter. Golf carts to the gas station where you live. Yeah, Tatsumix, they do that where I live too. I don't know the legality on that one literally at all, but yeah, they just drive their golf carts everywhere and they think they can just do anything they want to. Everyone started getting mad because people were driving these golf carts everywhere, and then people are like, oh, I'm not driving a car, I'm driving a golf cart. So they go get just completely hammered at the bar and then drive their golf cart home on the road like 10 miles. And they're all getting mad because they're getting DUIs and stuff. And then everyone's buying those like off-road 4x4s, you know, that are like super fast golf carts essentially. And they're all like, you know, people are like super hammered and wrecking them and people are dying and stuff, and they're all like confused. I'm like, you people, this is just a car with a different name. You do realize this, right? Like, I don't know. Yeah. Wicked Mall, welcome in. Yo. Jay Davis says thinks Gaylord, that's a city in Michigan, allows them in winter. Yeah, that's why that's what made me think that maybe it's like a city ordinance type of situation on snowmobiles. But yeah, there's a guy around by where I live in the suburb area here that drives a decked out golf cart up to pick his kid up from school, like sometimes, and just drives it down the sidewalk, drives it down the road sometimes, you know, because it goes so fast. It goes up to the speed limit that's on the road, but he just drives it down the sidewalk half the time. But yeah. It's Rune. There was a video of a helicopter chasing a yacht on the Detroit River the other day. Nice. I didn't hear nothing about that. What? Ooh, the fire. What a schmuck. Heard nothing about that. Bistro said you did some meth runs and you got 4 or 5 Sundays from meth. Yeah, nope. I've done hundreds of Andy runs already, have got none. So you just got the best luck that's ever happened in the world is what happened. If you got 4 or 5 in any short period of time. I've done not hundreds of meth runs, but I've done hundreds of Andy runs now. Haven't gotten a single one from him. Did probably 100 meth runs, we'll call it. Not just today, but between today and the last like 3 or 4 days. Haven't gotten a single Thunder Charm. So you just got the best luck that's ever happened is what happened there. Which can happen to somebody. You took all my luck, I guess. So it was a $75 million yacht? What? That's crazy. Oh, what am I doing? I got confused there. Got one off of Neelathak earlier. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't gotten them off of anything. I got one off of a Herald on single player and one off of a Herald online. That's all I've gotten so far since the patch. So I guess I'm just the most unlucky guy ever, apparently. Because they drop all the time off of everything, apparently. Is what it is. My luck's about to turn around. So a couple of few hours over the weekend, you got 4 Sunders. So is that what everybody's getting? They're getting multiple Sunder Charms per hour when they're out farming? Is that just standard for everybody? Multiple Sunder Charms per day. Crazy. I need some of that luck. ASAP. I need that double Sunday off of a Herald drop. Tell you that much. Five Sundays and a Geeds. Nice. I did find a Geeds, so that was cool. Halfway to level 94, you've gotten 6 Sunders so far, yeah. Boy, I have a 93 or 4 Warlock online. I have this one's almost 94. I have a 90-something Hammerden. I've only got the 1 Sunder on single player and the 1 online. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Matthew said, found a couple, both poison. And Becerro saying, kind of hoping for a Geeds, honestly. Yeah, that's one thing I don't really like. I don't know. I'm assuming it was kind of, it was unintentional. Like the way that they implemented that made Geeds 7 times more rare, essentially. I hope they undo that and make Geeds the same rarity it was before. I do still want Sunder Charms. Personal opinion. People disagree with me, of course. Some people do. I do still want Geeds to drop from places other than just only exclusively Terra Zones. But I don't want Geeds to be more rare than it was before. Not that it's impossible to find now, but for a lot of people, it's going to be super hard to get one. Harder than I think it needs to be for an MF charm, you know? Sticking to my anti-change guy roots here. Don't change the Geeds drop rates. Trauma, 22 MF Geeds, but you got one. Nice. Ark says he got 13 Sundays, but he plays a ton, bro, he says. So it must mean he plays a ton. More than my 3 to 5 hours, 3 to 4 days a week, I'm guessing, huh? Thundercharm, what's that, Phil? Yeah, so it's been a little bit since the thing, but actually it was something like 60% of people who played the new season never were able to find a single Thundercharm. And then it was something like, I'd have to pull it up again, 20% or so had 1 to 2, 3 to 5 was like 5%, and then more than 6 or more was like 5%. So if you found more than 1 or 2 Thundercharms, you're in the top 5% of all people that play D2. According to Sweet Phil channel poll, that is. Mewtwo said your Fire Sunday rolled like mine. Oof. Sorry to hear that. Unfortunate. Never want your stuff to roll like mine. See, Northeast said you killed like 100 Heralds, 50 to 100, got 1 Thundercharm for it. That's pretty much spot on for the statistical averages of getting one, so. For me, on single player here, I've definitely done more Heralds than that, for sure. A lot of them tier 1s and 2s, though. Doing, like, Terror Zones that I'm actually like, good for. And then several hundred, like, I'm probably overdue for the Andy Thundercharm drop, to be honest. But I'm probably under if you think of just Mephisto, though, because I've only done maybe 100 Mephisto runs, so. Wicked Balls, just hit that like button on YouTube. Yeah. Help a brother out. Hit that like button for me. What's going on here? There's 150 watching, only 123 likes. Yeah, and to think the number of people who've hopped into the YouTube stream and didn't hit the like button. There's been like a couple thousand hop into the stream and leave at some point. So over the course of my stream here, and only that many like hits. Like, what's going on here? Numbers make sense. They're correlated to the hours that someone put in. I mean, pretty much, yeah. Pretty much, kind of, sort of, yeah. Obviously, if you play 7 hours a day, you're going to find Thundercharms a lot. If you play 7 hours a week, you're going to find less Thundercharms. But still, four Thundercharms in one day is like astronomical luck. But I guess if you get lucky twice and get those, what you hear about when people get those 2 Thundercharms off of 1 Herald, which is crazy. It's like on like the insane story you hear. That happens twice in one day, you got 4, I guess, but ooh. Going hard there. Ryan said he found 5 since Reign of the Warlock. 3 of those since this patch. Only off tier 5 Herald. Gotcha. I didn't find a single one in the first season. The whole first season and playing single player for the first season time. I did not get a single Thundercharm that whole time. Actually, both the Sunder Chimes that I found here, in this particular since the newest patch, they were both off of either Tier 1 or Tier 2 Heralds, which is kind of interesting. Because honestly, the Tier 1 and 2 Heralds, the drop rates aren't like... The drop rates are twice as good for a Tier 5 Herald. But the Tier 1 Heralds are so much easier. You know? So much easier. It's almost like... and also, I bet you there's a correlation between the number of people that are playing, like, the most busted Warlock builds and the number of Sunder Chimes. Like, if you're playing the decked out, like, the Hexbane Echoing Strike, I bet you're finding the most Sunder Chimes. Because you have the magic damage that blasts like crazy. So you can go to the Terror Zones all of the time, right? Sling ring, right? You rocking it? I forget. Which one do I have? I put on one of the rings. I put on sling ring. I did. I sure did, actually. I just needed the FCR. The minus magic isn't helping me anyways, but I just wanted the FCR and the magic fine. I found at least one of them. I think I found one sling, and I think I found two Opalvein. Trying to think. I know I got one Opalvein off of Andariel. Why do I think I got the sling ring off of Andariel too? I can't remember though. Got a PLR, yo! Got Hotspurs, legendary. Knocking a griller off the list, dude. It's funny when people have those super common ones left over at the end. Like near the end, I should say. I never really had one that was like super common like that. I'd say the most ridiculous one, I guess, for my last grail that I finished was my second to last item left was the Wisp projector, which is rare, but I mean, second to last one left, bro. Also, it's incredibly useful, so it's also disappointing not to have one. Drunk said he's got 6 Sunder Charms over here a minute ago, but only 2 of them were off of Heralds, though, huh? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just need to set up a Fireballer and just blast Andy for like a couple of days. Get some Sunders, I guess. I thought about doing it, but the thing is because I ran Andy last season for the single player here, I have essentially every item that can drop off of Andariel. So, besides getting that, there's not a whole lot that I can get from there. I wouldn't mind an SOJ and other Opalvians and stuff, but like, yeah. Oh well. Ark saying Wisp is actually for a lot of people's like last fives. Interesting. Okay. Maybe before in the past I've just been spoiled, huh? Ryan, so your last 5 there, is that for the new Chronicle, or is that you've been doing that for a while? I'm assuming you're talking about the Chronicle, huh? The new Chronicle. for a while. We'll check it. We'll check it this time. Looking for that 4 sockets with all that life on it. Acidic trying to get that SOJ. Yeah, that's one of those ones I definitely blast Nightmare Andy on personally. Let me double check here. Let's see. Had a little text chain thing with a bunch of messages. I don't need to read all those, right? Song name, please. This is a link to the playlist. It is. It's like a YouTube video playlist. If you want to check it out, they're all super sick. What is this one even called? I don't even know what this is called. This one's called Hate. Hate, 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 hate. Whoop. Definitely one of them playlists you put on and just listen the whole thing straight through for sure. Alrighty, coming around to lunch here. Daughter's going to be getting out of school in a little, just tiny bit here. So I'm going to call her a day on the stream. Kind of why I started early, so I could get 3 hours of play in here before I had to go ahead and take off. So I want to say thank you all for joining me today. Thank you for any of the channel membership re-ups and the super chats earlier. It means a lot for all y'all supporting the channel out there. I honestly could not keep doing this without your channel support. So thank you so much. Even just hitting the like button, following, all that good stuff. Appreciate y'all. So with that being said, peace out, all you legends, and hold up. Thank you so much, Nighty, for the Twitch Prime sub. Ooh, right at the end. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, even with those free Twitch Prime subs. Taking that money from Jeff Bezos and giving it to a streamer in need. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. That being said, though, once again, though, peace out and keep slaying. Oh yeah.